We're going to do it right because it's going to get hotter. You know, as the show go along,
That's true.
it's getting hotter. They're still mad about me, about my marriage on the spot. Those of you that have great men, great boyfriends, and you know that your man, your boyfriend, needs some new clothes. He's spending all the money on you, Judge email papers.
It is some scenes in the play where I literally heard like a couple of white people like gasp, like, I want to say that to our listeners because it's some, issues and some things that you guys say where they were like, ooh, or they were shocked.
But it took so long at the court. The judge have had it for a couple months. How long is it going to take? Quickly, 1 second.
Because the judge, we did that. We showed that on Channel 5.
When is he going to rule? That's all I'm asking you.
If he rules, we're going to overrule because of the things that
Okay, I didn't ask.
Okay,
all right, I understand it. I was just wondering when the judge is going to rule. I'll talk to you next week, Struthers. Welcome back, but keep Pittsburgh out your mouth next time. Come on, who's on the line? Talk to me.
After I left, a couple of people called me, and your mayor's platform, running for mayor, I liked it, but here was my issue, I think before you say you're going to take away, I understood what your point was, but can we, before you say you're going to take something away, still offer people another alternative?
I offered them another alternative.
And what was that?
The alternative was simple, all right?
All right.
Feed a man or a woman a fish.
Yes.
And they can eat for a very long time, but you keep giving them something like they doing in our community. Everybody, is it free?
Okay.
Is it free? No, it's not free.
No,
you're going to pay for it. No, it ain't free. Pay for it. Pay for it. And if you can't pay for it, you might lose a little weight.
Okay, before...
I am the mayor.
Can you make
Don't get me started on this.
Can you make sure, before you start teaching people how to fish, there's some things that need to take place? First, make sure that I have a fishing pole. Second, make sure I have the bait. Third, make sure I know what I'm doing, okay? So what I'm saying, what I was trying to say, it's okay to say that phrase, but we need to also say that we're going to have some things or some systems in place to help you. I'm going to teach you how to fish. Well, teach me. I ain't even got
let me break it down a little bit further for you,
all
sister,
right,
since that's a little bit too complicated for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of hustling ability?
No, and I want you to stop saying that.
All right, well, let me tell you something. Our community, the black community, that's one thing we've always had good hustling ability.
We got to call it something else. I think it would be survival skills.
And which?
Not hustling,
all right,
survival skills.
All right. If you want to call it survival skill, you call it that. But back in the day, we used to be good hustlers.
Survival.
All right, well, that's all right, you understand? But what happened to those survivalist skills, those good hustler skills I'm talking about? What happened to, hey, let me ask you this. Why come everything got to be free now? Is it free? Is it free? Is it free? Bag, gimme.
Like the Republicans
Come on, talk to me.
Entitlement programs?
Yeah. Talk to me.
Since we've got so many entitlement programs, the black community has been crippled by the entitlement programs and the government and the powers that be. So now they got to go stand in line. And you was talking about that cheese. First of all, I hate to say it, but I never even ate any government cheese. I'm not even familiar with that
Good
program.
cheese.
Was it good?
Yes.
Well, I also heard that it caused a lot of people a lot of gastrointestinal problems, okay, at that point. It might even made people develop some other health concerns and issues. So I don't know how good the cheese was because I didn't eat it myself. But since you still standing here and you ate it, let me ask you this. Would you feed it to your children now? Oh, wow. The whole room went quiet. Okay? Would you feed, if you say it was so good, Mr. McCoy, would you feed this cheese to your children right now? It's still quiet. I guess I got to say it one more time. Because you know what? Miss Controversy don't play. When Art, when he don't know what to say, he don't say nothing. Okay? What you say, Kiki? Because you know and I know that government cheese, if we broke that down and took it to a scientist right now, he would say it probably wasn't even fit for human consumption. I know for a fact the gastrointestinal problems that people develop from eating this cheese, talking about blocked intestines, all kind of stuff, cancerous things that happen because of them eating this government cheese to that degree.
So, Miss Controversy, let's switch roles then. So,
Yes.
in other words, you're insulting my thousands of listeners
No, I'm only
that went
insulting
and
you,
got
brother.
that cheese. Yeah,
No.
so let me
Only you.
reverse this on you.
Only you.
So you're talking about my thousands of listeners that went and got that cheese,
Okay, let me tell you something.
including myself.
This is where Miss Controversy is in my lifestyle, okay? And this is why I'm working with the Black History Month food show. If the community had been given better and healthier alternatives, then they would have taken them. But for you to say just because all they had was a cheese, well, I would have took that cheese and threw it in their face and said, "Give me a damn carrot, okay? Give me a bowl of greens, something."
Miss Controversy.
Yes.
You're on it. You might be my vice. You might be in my cabinet because you're on it. That's the whole point, Miss Controversy.
Yes.
Listen, my platform is so great till some people might even have to starve to death. You understand?
If they're not able to understand, there's food all around them.
Listen,
If I had a patch of land, 2x4, I would dig up the dirt and grow something on it.
No.
Okay.
Listen, we're gonna get off this subject because
right.
you brought me on it.
All right.
But there might have to be some casualties when it comes to this because
casualties because of this. So we are in a war.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're in a war in which if we don't take a stand, they're gonna turn our community into beggars. If we don't take a stand. Yeah, and if that stand comes to that, then that's what it has to be. Now, listen, we talked about this last week. I'm not that interested in bringing it up this week.
That's okay. I just wanted to comment because, like I said, I got a little backlash because everybody was like, "Where were you? Did you hear what he said?" And I said, "Well, no, what did he say?" But, it's okay. I like that you're running for mayor, but not particularly, okay, you could pick a different platform or choose some other goals, but if you don't have something else in place, okay, don't tell me what you're going to take away until you already have a plan in place to help people, because there are literally, and
let me
people
ask you
that
this.
do need help. Okay, don't tell me about taking away
Listen,
the government.
I'm talking about independence.
Well, you know what, brother?
I'm talking about making the black community independent.
It's 2016, and if our people don't understand what their own independence requires, then you got to go back to square one. And if you're talking about the university, okay, taking away entitlement programs is not going to all of a sudden make people understand how to conduct their own lives. So we got to go really to a basic kind of thing, brother. So, if we're talking about educating people, my goal, Miss Controversy, I just like to talk about the simple stuff. So let's just talk about one thing. Can we eat healthy? Can we feed our children healthy food?
I love it.
Can we make sure that we do the things that our parents did for us in making dinner, sitting down for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with your family, if at all possible? That's what's up.
I love it,
All
Miss
right.
Miss Controversy. And she's running, y'all. She's running. Lord have mercy. While that lovely music is playing, let me tell you this right now. Lord have mercy. Was the only of thousands of pictures and letters went in to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson only wrote back to Miss Controversy.
Wow.
But I didn't tell you the rest of the story. So Mike Tyson did his time in prison, all right? He did his time in prison, and he got out of prison, all right? And when he got out of prison, one of the first stops he made out of prison, let me tell you about how it happened. We were in the barbershop cutting hair right there, Superfly Barbershop, right there, Lee Road in Euclid. And this big, gorgeous Rolls Royce pull up in front of it.
Wow.
Out walked Mike Tyson. Came right up to the door and said, Art Mckoy. Joe McGee couldn't believe it. Old Joe McGee almost fell out. He said, where Art McCoy at? Came back where I was at to my chair and said, brother, grab me and say, thank you for all the support you gave me while I was in prison. All right? Got back in his big Rolls Royce, drove on off into the sunset.
Wow.
That's the other part of that story that I never told you about. Lord have mercy. We're going straight to the phone line. Who's on the line? Who's on the line? Talk to me.
This is Art McCoy's Heavenly Brother Cole. Good evening to all. And special hello to Mother Judge Jean Morel Cable. At this moment, I'd like to share a blessing prayer with everyone.
Thank you.
Hallelujah. Praise to Jesus for us going soon to the crown of eternity.
I'm going to tell you something, Judge J. Merrill Cooper, that you did not know. Miss Controversy is the only woman when Mike Tyson was in jail. Iron Mike. Oh, I'm going to tell it all today.
The Mike Tyson fan club.
The Mike Tyson fan club.
That's the Wayback Machine.
Mike Tyson went to prison, all right? At that time, Mike Tyson was in Cleveland, living in Cleveland, and he had that incident where he had to go to prison. The lady accused. Y'all remember all that. So anyway, Iron Mike Tyson is in prison, all right? And we have the Mike Tyson fan club because, listen, he was a friend of ours before he went to the penitentiary, so we just didn't drop him because he went to the penitentiary. Anyway.
We supported Mike Tyson. How did we support him? We supported him by writing him letters, by sending him. He didn't need nothing from anybody, but we supported him by writing him all the time so he didn't feel lonely, sent him cards, words of encouragement. And that's what we did on the outside while Mike was on the inside.
Wait a minute. Let me get to this story about Miss Conn. She's trying to duck it. Listen. So Iron Mike was getting all these letters and all these pictures from these beautiful ladies. He's very popular. Guess who the only person that Mike Tyson wrote back on a regular basis? Miss Controversy sent him that picture and wrote him. And listen, I wouldn't lie to you on a Sunday. Mike Tyson wrote Miss Controversy back on a regular basis. I wish you had those letters now.
You know what? That was a long time ago. It was years ago. But yes, that did happen for anyone that was interested. But let me just say this, and I'm going to tell everybody, and let's tell all of it. He wrote me back in pencil, okay? That was one reason I didn't keep those letters, because after about 6 months, they were so faded and smeared, you couldn't even read them. But yes, Mike Tyson wrote me back. And in one of the letters, he told me, he said, I got about 2,000 pictures in front of me.
That's right. Toilet.
And Mike Tyson said, when I give some away to my friends, everybody on the block. But I saw your picture and I kept it. No big deal. No big deal. It wasn't no big deal to me. Okay. But you know what?
I tell the truth, man. I'm not here to tell no. I tell the truth. He's the only one. He's the only one. So there's some history here with Miss Controversy. She don't like me telling all this stuff.
No.
But I can't keep nothing.
Okay.
No doubt about it. The Art Mckoy University radio show, the University of Common Sense.
Okay, you know what? We're waiting on our calls to come in, but one of them is really amazing, and this is going to be the actor who portrays Dr. Martin Luther King in the play The Mountaintop that is currently being produced and performed at the Cleveland Playhouse's Out Cult Theater. Okay, this was a play that I had the pleasure of seeing yesterday, and I couldn't even talk about it intelligently until I went to see it. So, Art couldn't go, so he sent me, and we're going to have this gentleman call in and do our show and talk about the play. How you guys put it all together and smoothed it out where the fact was made, but nobody was necessarily offended to the degree that they got up and walked out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. One, the playwright, is very and she put it out there without any fear of just keeping it real. And then, me and Angel have to give a huge amount of respect to our director, who is Carl Cofield, a wonderful, wonderful, lovely black man who, there's a lot of things like, we had a talk back today, and one of the people asked us, could a white person direct this play?
No.
And I said, well, my answer to that was, if anybody directed it, it would be different. If a woman directed it, white or black or Asian or Chinese, it would be different, and people would get the story. But there's only certain things that I'm probably sure that you saw that reminded you of your aunt.
Yes.
Or reminded you of your granddaddy, or reminded you of your own family members. And because Carl is an African American man who, takes a lot of pride in that. He was able to say, well, you know what it's like when a black man goes up to a lady and he's trying to smooth her over, like how he walks up to her.
Right.
It's like little things like that that Carl was able to bring, instill in us, so that you guys can see humanity and see yourselves, African Americans, and see yourselves up there.
I agree with you so much, Ro, and that's exactly what the play is able to bring across, the humanity in all of us, from a female version, from a male version, how we interact with each other, how we feel. But the most important thing, like I said, I came away with what that final message is that if you were faced with the knowledge of knowing how you lived your life and what you had done, and you had to face your own death and knowing that, what would you like yourself? You have to be able to appreciate talent. But this particular play is really meaningful, Art, because people talked about, and it's a little controversial. That's why I wanted to go see it.
Yes.
Because it's controversial, like me.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
We had some people saying, "Ooh, how are you portray Dr. Martin Luther King like that?" Then others that said, "We appreciate the reality and understanding that he was a man. He lived his life, and he still went through the things that he went through to achieve the greatness that he achieved for us, and the struggle that he overcame." It's a beautiful play.
That's 216-578-1490, and you can also text us at 216-804-7462.
Listen, I'm trying not to talk a lot today. If you want to call in with your comments, whatever they might be, you can call us in at
216-578-1490. That's 216-578-1490.
Person was to break into my house or anybody else's house, and I shot to defend myself 49 times, there'd be no questions asked. Not only would they take the gun, but they would take me in for abuse of a corpse. They would give me some sort of psychiatric evaluation, and they would definitely give me a drug or alcohol test. That's one of my main closing arguments, as well as the fact that if I shot an animal 49 times, Dick Goddard, Bill Patman, because of Goddard's Law, PETA, ASPCA, they would be right outside, and they would make sure that I have some sort of fine, some sort of ticket, and I'd be waiting behind bars until an attorney came to get me released for abuse of an animal.
The moral to that story is a dog's life is more valuable than a black life.
Tell it.
So thank you very much for your phone call, Don.
One more thing.
All right, go ahead.
Steve Loomis. Yeah, you're right. He was whining. And you know what he said during the press conference that really kind of raised my antenna?
What's that?
He said, we're doing all of this for no justice, no peace. He was referring to you.
Oh, I understand that. And when you talk to him, tell him that I still think he's a crybaby. And think that I'm the only activist, and tell him he knows that I'm the only activist that he messed with, that he got suspended for 3 days. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Listen, I stand up on God principles, and so that's where we edit that. And look, clearly, I don't know when it's going to really come up that just like if a bus driver is driving a bus, whether he's in the right or wrong, if you have an accident, the first thing they do, Brother Porter, is what?
Oh, drug testing. That's it. Urine testing.
All right. So it just doesn't make any sense to us that you would have a policeman that do these kind of things.
And by the way, there was only one thing that Frank Jackson did I didn't agree with. He should have fired all 13 of them.
I agree with you. We got to run.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Is it me, Gloria?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Only thing I have to say, because you were over here at my building because of the people that got shot and killed in here. But look, until our people stop killing each other first, until you go out there and stare a gang member or a drug dealer down and tell them that that's not going to go on in our community, you got to clean up your own house first. That's what God Almighty done. When the fallen angels rebelled against God, he kicked them out of heaven. He cleaned up his own house. We as a people got to start dealing with our own people. What? Are you scared of the gangbangers? Are you scared of the drug dealers? It's not going to get no better. We killing each other more than what anybody else is killing us. And the police don't have nothing to do with it. Y'all, you got this ignorant thing about snitching. This ain't snitching. It has to do with right and wrong. You get up and kill somebody and you know about it, you got to tell somebody. We need law and order. We killing each other more than what anybody else does. We kill each other more 90% of the time than what any other race kill us. Okay? So now, please, bless us to clean up our own house first before we try to tell somebody else how to clean up theirs. That's all I have to say.
Thank you for your phone call.
I got much love for all of you.
Thank you for your phone call, Gloria.
bless.
Yes, who's on the line? Talk. So, Miss Controversy,
Yes.
you understand
Yes. What?
clearly that next week we will not be on.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm sorry, listeners. Apparently, there's this thing on TV called the Super Bowl. I don't really watch it, but apparently it's a real big thing, and we won't be on the air.